When I'm talking about attraction and women are choosing based off attraction, I'm not only talking about physical. I'm just talking about the things that translate to an attraction. And I feel as though women use connection and attraction interchangeably. But I think we can demonstrate that it's not about connection, because I think that most women would argue that they have a good connection with their male best friend or with a guy who's in the friend zone. You probably talk to that dude 3, 4 hours on the phone a night. You know what I mean? You probably like the same restaurants as him. Y'all probably laugh at the same jokes. A guy can have all of those things and have a great connection with you. But if he is missing that component of attraction, a woman will completely dismiss all of those other connecting factors and then choose a man where the attraction is strong, but the connection is limited. The guy that they'll be dating seriously will sometimes be a guy that they can't even have an hour-long conversation on the phone with, a guy that they don't like the same things as, a guy that they don't have the same taste as. But that dude turns them on. When he pulls up, they feel a certain way. And I'm just saying that that feeling of attraction for women is way more valuable to them than the actual mental and spiritual connection. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're just talking about a very specific type of woman.
I do want to chime in. I think Kyle has a good point, man. And I'm speaking off my experience, and I'm not speaking for women, but based off my experience, the one thing that I've learned from women is that there's two things that's important, but that really make an imprint, and that is sex and integrity. Honestly, those are the one things that if you go into another relationship and if you don't have that, they're real quick to point that out. They may not point the sex thing out, but they may talk to their best friends or someone else, or you may just begin to see them act a little differently because you're not putting it down the way that you're supposed to. I think it's a good base to have those two things, and then everything else will start to attach to those two things. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, someone that's just honest, like that just speaks volumes to them. It's a bonus when you put it down. It kind of makes them hard to leave a relationship when it's good. So if men have those two things up front, I think it's a good start. Everything else is just start to add to it.
Well, let me get mine off, man. I told you multiple goddamn times, these women don't give a shit about you. They don't give a fuck about your black ass. Man, I don't know when you're gonna get it through your thick goddamn ass head. They don't give a shit. Fuck your feelings. Fuck how you feel. Fuck what you bring to the table. Fuck your money. Fuck everything. They don't give a damn about you. JR, you did this bullshit on purpose. Because you knew you was going to get a goddamn flip out of this, and I'm pissed at your black ass. I'll talk to you on the back end.
What?
This woman's selfish as hell, dude. This woman is selfish as hell. And if we don't see that in the big picture, we're never going to see it. She don't give a shit. Look her. Cloud, I understand what you're talking about sex. This man would have got to the engagement if his sex wasn't halfway decent. He wouldn't have got that far. So it's not about the sex, I don't think, in my opinion. She's just a selfish bitch. And she moves like she is. She's selfish. She don't care. Y'all talk about wasting her time. Fuck her time, Joey. Her time don't mean shit. What about his time he wasted? What about the money he spent on that heifer? Because please believe, all the things she checked off, he provided everything, just like she said. He provided knowledge. He provided experience. He provided the finances. He provided a home. Didn't have kids. But she wanted that icky and good feeling, them butterflies y'all talking about, that connection. That's why a lot of these heifers will never get married, because they never going to feel that connection. And y'all will forever be single and never get to walk down nobody's aisle or be in nobody's goddamn courtroom getting a marriage and saying I do, because y'all still waiting on that icky feeling. You keep waiting if you want to. Your ass will be in Tampa, Florida, like a fucking golden girl with Rose, Blanche, and the rest of them heifers. If that's what you want, continue to do what y'all do, waiting on that icky feeling. She's a selfish ass heifer, man. Stay away from women like this. They mean no good to you. But let me tell you what she did. Let me take it back. She ain't selfish. She did that man a goddamn favor by letting him go. Look here, I bet that man's going to win later. A year down the road, he's going to win. He's going to find him a right woman, a good woman who's going to love and appreciate and respect that man for what he brings and what he is. Her selfish ain't gonna find nobody.
Well, didn't she do the right thing?
Hold on, mistaken.
No, I'm asking.
That's what she gonna become. She gonna find one of you single ladies, and y'all gonna shack together, and y'all gonna be lovers. Because ain't no man gonna deal with her. What right man is right back? After seeing this video, after seeing these things, listen to the way she talks. Who wants to deal with it? Even her goddamn family tried to talk some sense into her. She said, "No, I don't feel like explaining no more." She don't want her shit. She felt like she was right. And she'll be forever single, enjoying that life. Hey, man, good luck to her and her selfish ways.
Just speaking of what Hank said, I do think she did the right thing, because if she went ahead, married him, and already went into marriage knowing that he didn't fit her quite the way that she wanted, then I think something would have happened within the marriage, and then they would have ended up in divorce. So I think she made the right decision to say, you know what, he's not the one for me. But like you said, Hank, she did the next woman a favor, because that woman that's his woman is going to love and appreciate him the way that he is. And so I think in that regard, she wasn't selfish at all. She let him go because she knew that wasn't her fit.
No,
I just wish she was that picky about her bangs, man.
She shouldn't have waited this long. It shouldn't have got to the point of engagement.
Exactly.
You didn't know the first 2 or 3 dates he didn't give you that icky at them feelings, that connection y'all talking about? No, that's when the stuff was in there. She waited till she got engaged, and probably a month or 2 before the wedding, and decided, well, I don't want to do it.
No, I think she got with somebody that she's not used to being with. He checked the boxes that society said. So she said, even though I'm not used to this feeling, this isn't what I'm actually looking for, I'm going to see if I can make this work. And she tried. And then she got to before the wedding. She was like, if I marry this man, I'm going to be married to him, telling God and my family and everybody that we love that I'm going to be with this man for life. And I can't do this. And I think that is her being honest with herself, even though it's not the perfect timing for a man.
She was honest.
She was being honest with herself, and she didn't take his last name. She didn't marry this man.
She would have never took his engagement. She would have never accepted the ring if she was honest. She wasn't honest. She was selfish in that moment. She became unselfish. She became unselfish when she broke it off.
I see.
So it could be selfish or not for whatever point of view you look at it. But the thing is, I agree. She shouldn't wait that long. But she also made a good decision at that point, because she's conscious that she will not be able to probably respect that man later on. So that's good. Now, this is the thing. Life is a risk. You got to take it. So whichever way she would decide to go, there's consequences for it. If you decide to go in one direction, there's sacrifices that you have to make. And you have to be true to yourself and remain, respectful, faithful, and all that, because that's the route that you decided to go. Now you decided to go elsewhere. There's consequences. Consequences could be that she probably will be single, like they're saying, or probably not. She will probably find someone. We don't know that, but there's consequences, and she's going to have to deal with it. But don't put it like, and this is a big problem out there. Women are making it sound like that's what you should be doing, and she shouldn't be proud of that and saying, she probably should be taking accountability and say, you know what? This is the route I decided to take, and I'm willing to deal with the consequences. That's what she should start with. And then whatever else she says from there, it's okay, because that she's willing to deal with the consequences. And that makes a big difference, because she's saying, hey, I'm accountable for my actions. I'm not blaming anybody else. So whatever comes to me, I deserve that, because that's the decision I decided to go.
But isn't that already what's coming to her? Like her not getting to be with that man. That's
gonna die alone, like Diane Curl did, with no kids, nobody to tend to her or be by her side. She's gonna end up just like Diane Curl. And to the situation you just explained, Sarah, no, she's not gonna figure it out. She seems like that woman. She had a super Negro. That dude was that super Negro 90% of y'all women are looking for, and she found a way to fuck that up. Congratulations to her.
All right, let me go to Bill. Go ahead.
Yes, I have to agree with Hank on this one. The only thing I disagreed with was the definition of what women want, about what Cloud just was talking about. But I was not saying that what she did was right, because this was the first thing that came into my mind. Like, why would you even accept an engagement of somebody you don't feel the connection with? Like, I don't understand why would you do that, beside of being able to tell people that you were so precious that somebody would want to marry you and give him like false hopes just for her own benefits. I think she should have known this before, that she doesn't want that. At this point, she did him a favor, because he would be really stuck with somebody who is selfish, because this decision she made was selfish. The only thing I have to say is like what in regards of what Cloud said is that I think what you were describing is the equivalent of women saying, yes, men only want like cheap women, those who get who are always half naked. This is not really true, but that's the thing you see, and these are the people who talk the most, so that's the opinion you can get really fast. But I think there are a lot of other women and there are a lot of other men who are seriously dating, who wants to be with somebody they have like a connection with, because I think without the connection, people get divorced very fast, because marrying is like a trend right now. Like everybody wants to be married to just show off, but they don't really look if they are connected to somebody. But I would never agree to marry somebody I'm not connected with. So I don't understand why she would even do this kind of video talking about it. Like she did something good, like going that far and then just say, okay, I don't want it anymore. He already told his parents, his family, everybody is involved, and now you just make this kind of decision. So I think her future can be, yeah, really, really bad.